Before I take this telephone call, I think I need a little bit of background on it. Adam Hawk, throw the cans on. Let's do this. Way to button your shirt all the way to the top button again.
Thank you.
It looks terrible.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what do we got right here? You've got Tim in Houston. For those who don't know, who is this guy? What does he want to cover?
Tim in Houston made a call a couple weeks ago when Pineapple Express was on its way and Winter Storm Toby was on its way. And he said, hey, here in the Central Coast, Houston, it's 72 and I'm on my way to the track with my luxury wrenches clanging around in the back of my truck. He was flexing on everybody. The problem is it was a tremendous phone call on an absolutely horrible phone line, and everyone let him know about that. So since then, because you're a big iPhone guy, he went out, got a new iPhone, got a new blower, and he's ready for a follow-up call right now.
Hawk, that was like the best interaction you and I have ever had. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Like you knew, not that it was an athlete, but it was a caller, but you knew him.
We didn't have to talk sports, which is great.
I think that's why that went so well.
I was not exposed.
We didn't talk sports.
Exactly. I was not exposed.
You didn't do anything embarrassing like get ink of your cat.
Right.
You were not exposed for not knowing anything about sports. You stayed in your lane. You do what you do. You're a very, very good producer.
Thank you. It was a good spot for me. Appreciate it.
Unless the call sucks, and then it goes back to being like every one of your spots.
That's unbelievable.
Right.
Pretty horrible. Let's find out. All right, so there's the background on Tim in Houston. He had that great call, but he had bad sound quality, got himself a new phone. We got to find out how that golf round went and whatever else is on his mind. Tim in H-Town. Tim, what's going on?
Hey, Rome. Good afternoon. I thought I'd call because it's 72 Holy Week in Augusta, Master Week. So I thought I'd call and tell you about my round at Champions. Did I mention that Jackie freaking Legend Burke won the 1956 Masters? I have a good memory. It's just short. But I need to clear up a couple things before I do. Yeah, since you mentioned the call sounded like I was on John and Little Rock's phone, and realizing that you are an iPhone guy, I now have a new one. Second, clones. Luxury wrenches mean luxury golf clubs, sticks, bats, wrenches, not actual tools like Jeff in the 919 or Craig in Houston, whose little portable radio apparently only picks up AM. But I'm guessing most clones can't afford golf clubs, so they don't know what I'm talking about. That's what was going clickety-clack in the back. Anyway, Rome, so I have this 12:05 tee time, as I mentioned last week, and I was feeling pretty good. I was ready to go. So I headed out to number one and put a tee and took a mighty swing, and it went. So I got.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
All right, Tim, so you upgraded your phone. Let's go ahead and upgrade your speaker set, your computer, or whatever you're using to try to perform any kind of production value whatsoever. Strike one, strike two, strike three. Now you're done. Sit down.
Now I'm done.
This guy was feeling it, wasn't he? Like, I got myself a new iPhone. All right, I sound good, look good, sound good, feel good, perform well. And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, man, I'm doing great. I think I'll mix in some production value. I'm not exactly sure where he was going with that. It sounded like he wanted to reset some of his earlier call. I mean, it was okay. That whole thing about clones, that whole thing about clones, this is insert, but the clones wouldn't know because they can't afford it. That whole rap is very tired, not funny at all. But he was coming along pretty nicely until he went for that big swing, that high degree of difficulty, where they mix in production value in the call. Don't do it. Just keep it simple. A good, strong take is good enough. Unless you've done this before, don't get out in front of your tips. Don't take too big of a swing. Man, just keep it in the fairway. Here's an analogy you can understand. Just keep it in the fairway. Do not play for the pin. Man, just get on the green. Don't start mixing in production value, at least until you learn how to use that new iPhone. Start off okay. And then he took it right into the side of the mountain. Didn't get that plane down. Took it right into the side of the mountain. Thanks for knowing you. Thanks for coming.